going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. Also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks moving up. And we know this is like clockwork. Don't forget, guys, we have options tomorrow. I expect a small pullback. But then on the weekend, guys, we're the only game in town. And we have Bybit says that Bitcoin could hit 435,000 by 2028. Guys, the only thing I have to do is follow the Fed. But we know by 2028, we'll be in hyper deflation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, we had Bitcoin Cash halving complete yesterday. And we're seeing Bitcoin Cash getting a good pump. But don't forget, guys, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Dogecoin, those futures are going on. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates early this morning up, but right now they're being pushed down. We know it's all manipulation. And then, of course, we have the dollar down. We have volume and crypto up right now. We have Tether and USDC. Then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $436 billion. Yesterday, and most likely the repo is going to be up today because we're seeing a lot of manipulation today. And of course, we have the Fed is out speaking this week, and some Fed representatives are saying we're going to have cuts, and then others say we may not have a cut at all. Guys, we know they want to keep these rates higher for longer. The longer they stay, the worse the United States and global economy is going to be. Right now, it's taking $1 trillion just to service the debt. If the American people were not asleep and they understood finances, we'd know what happened in the streets. But unfortunately, they're focused on things that don't matter. And make sure you watch the video I did last night. Guys, the technology is already there. It's been here for over 10 years. Only thing they're waiting on is that one crisis, so therefore they can flip that switch. Where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, of course, all up. And getting over into a little crypto news. We have the company names wants to help take over the $2.7 trillion insurance industry. And we know that everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And that means insurance and, of course, real-world assets. And I went over insurance yesterday. Remember, guys, you're paying money just in case something happens. And you never get a dime back. And they can cut you off at any time with no excuse. But remember, guys, we're in a fragmented world. They want to break up every single industry So then therefore they can move in the digital economy. Everything that we're doing right now is going to stay the same. It's just going to be tokenized. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have VanEck says Ethereum layer 2s could rocket to 1 trillion base valuation by 2030. And we know that is a fact. It will be way more than that. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have hedge funds hold record bearish Bitcoin bet data shows. And with Bitcoin going from 17,000 to over 70,000, we know there's going to be a big pullback, especially if the Fed is shrinking liquidity. Even though it's a slow leak, there's still shrinking liquidity. Remember, guys, we're going to have pumps and dumps, but we're still going to be pulling back until the flip is switched for the fourth industrial revolution. But we know that crisis has to come before that happens. Now we have the US SEC calls for comments on spot Ethereum ETFs. And like I told you, the CFTC and the SEC are just playing the Hegelian dialectic. We know that spot Ethereum ETF is definitely coming, but we also going to get that Ethereum movie. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have Ripple to launch USD stablecoin that CTO David Schwartz hopes will rival Tether and USDC. And this stablecoin is perfect for Ripple. The reason why is because they have the CBDC platform. And we know all these stablecoins are going to be attached to a CBDC. We know the central banks are not giving up control of the money supply. Tether and USDC is not there for any reason. That allows the Fed to control crypto. We have no reason to have Tether or USDC unless it was there to manipulate the space. And every time we see billions come into Tether or USDC, we get a pump. It's not by coincidence. And that's been the history of crypto. But instead of Ripple XRP moving someone else's stablecoin, now they can move their own. We saw where the government used Stellar to move USDC while the drums were beating. Now Ripple is making a smart move and cutting the middleman out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.